Expand design, a roomy cabin, dual-tone interiors, 15 smart utility spaces, and a large boot space, all there to expand your life. Welcome to Easy Space.
Tamil communities within Australia are becoming increasingly worried about the fate of these asylum seekers, particularly the ones who left India. There's been multiple reports on what actually they are fleeing from. The government is still not talking about it. That's part of their policy. They want it to remain secret. And like I said yesterday, they want it to remain secret so they cannot let the boat smugglers or the people smugglers know what the government is up to and how they're stopping the boats.
Human rights lawyer Julian Burnside, Queen's Counsel, says the Australian government should stop giving the people the mushroom treatment.
If we have handed them back to the Sri Lankan Navy, there is no doubt that we are breaching our central obligation under the Refugees Convention. International human rights conventions aren't easily enforceable. What we need to do is just stand back as a country and say, well, look, do we really want to be seen by the rest of the world as being nastier than the Taliban or nastier than the South African government used to be? This is our national reputation that's at stake, and I think we shouldn't be given the mushroom treatment.
Meanwhile, responding to inquiries made by Newsfirst via email, Gordon Thompson, the president of the Christmas Island Shire Council, says that while he is unaware of whether the asylum seekers had been handed over to the Sri Lankan Navy, noted that people who worked with asylum seekers on Christmas Island had stated the same. He adds that the Australian government is playing political games by not answering these questions.
The very serious problem that we have in Australia is that the coalition government is using its power, its access to the Australian Navy and the resources it has to inflict this enormous cruelty that many people are likening to war crimes. This latest incident that is so extreme is escalating the situation in this country, and we certainly need to work it out in Parliament and the wider community. We are working hard to muster support in the federal Parliament, so next week when Parliament resumes there will be a vote and we can condemn this government.
Newsfirst contacted the Sri Lankan Navy once again regarding reports that the asylum seekers had been turned over to the Navy. Commander Kosala Warnakula Surya, the Navy media spokesperson, informed us that the Navy had not been issued any directive regarding such asylum seekers. He added that it is the Ministry of External Affairs or the Australian High Commission that should provide a comment on this matter. When contacted by Newsfirst, a spokesperson attached to the Ministry of External Affairs said that though there was media speculation on such a boat carrying 153 Sri Lankan asylum seekers, the Ministry is not aware of the existence of such a boat. Our efforts to contact the Australian High Commission for a reaction in this regard proved futile. 7 days have lapsed since the last known contact with the asylum seekers. We report, you decide.